Okay, we're live. Welcome back, everyone, to attempt number 9 of the Final Fantasy X Hardcore Nuzlocke. I'm your host, Jit Geek. Welcome to tonight's stream, or today, wherever you are in the world. Hope you enjoy the shenanigans we've got planned today, which is starting again with a new game on attempt number 9. So, what was attempt 7 and 8? What was that full of? That was full of learning, really. What we learned was a lot of interesting optimizations.
Yeah.
Come on. A lot of interesting optimizations. We're going to keep with the real world jobs. And of course, Tidus is no other than a surfer because of that hair.
I won't let.
And what else did we learn? We learned that ambushes, especially early doors, equals basically a game over. We've lost Tidus in exactly the same place twice now on Mihen. And the only thing I can think of that may give us a chance is we get Tidus a plus 5% HP armor in Besaid. But actually that got me thinking about something else, which is we should potentially invest our money into early game equipment so we've got the flexibility across the board with all of the characters. And what this allows us to do is to stay flexible in our equipment approach once we start getting lots of characters. So if everyone's got a plus 3 defense or a plus 3 magic defense or a plus 5 HP, we can be really flexible with our options. Now look, I've gone back and I've studied the footage and I don't think plus 5% HP is going to make the difference, particularly when we have an ambush. However, what I would say is it may do this time, and equally it may give us an advantage somewhere else. The other thing I've learned is Slayer is absolutely busted early doors, so the more kills we can get with Tidus, the better in my eyes, and early energy rain is the key to Luca. So equipment, overdrive modes, energy rain, those were the key 3 learnings we got from attempts 7 and 8. Nice. It's also evident that we need an overdrive for Kimahri, and I'm not going to take the chance here with Tidus losing his overdrive here, because we've actually still got a fair way before we get to Kimahri. Sorry, we haven't got that far away before we get to Kimahri, and chances are we might not be able to get Tidus an overdrive before we get there. So all of these different optimizations are going to come in handy when we start moving through Besaid into Kilika, Luca, and then even start in the Mihen High Road as well, because energy rain is going to prove very useful in the Mihen High Road as well. And I've realised I can get in a couple of extra easy kills here with Tidus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Auron attack that. Now, I think it's 4 goes at that. but I can actually get Tidus some easy victories here. So Auron's going to take this out, whereas Tidus is going to take out some enemies. I think he'll be able to survive. I don't think it's going to be an issue. It just means he gets extra counts towards his Slayer Overdrive. And I don't know if that machine counts as a kill towards the Slayer Overdrive. So we're just going to let Auron change his weapon. Tidus is going to get another kill in, and Auron's going to get the Auron's going to take out the machine. In previous attempts, what we've also actually understood was Riku has the opportunity to get a second steal in on the salvage ship. So immediately as we dive into the pond, the pool, the water, we get a steal there, and we get a steal in the next screen. Little optimizations like that are proving all the use, and are proving very useful, especially when we get to the likes of Luca and Mihen, when we've got to sell a bunch of stuff and gain a lot of gil. The only thing I don't think is optimized right now is how many grenades and how many maps I buy from the Mihen agency. So that's something I'll be maybe delving into what the chat thinks as and when we get there. I don't think that's going to be on tonight. I've only got about an hour and 45 to spare tonight. But the other plans I've got are to basically hope for better equipment drops early doors. And the way I'm going to do that is, one, I'm not going to spend so much time in Besaid. Two, I'm going to limit myself to... about half an hour per area for drops. And hope that we just get good drops from the bosses, because early doors there are actually quite a few opportunities for us to get a water wall drop, as we found in attempt number 8. So if you are joining us in the chat, great to have you with us as always. Drop a like and smash the subscribe button if you're not part of the Jitgeek community. Let me know what your thoughts are in the chat poll as well. We are forever chasing that elusive and evasive waterproof armor for one of the lads. The fact that we still haven't encountered one of them, and we've probably sunk in 20 hours of grinding, is a little bit absurd in my eyes. However, maybe it's lucky number 9 that we get this waterproof drop, because if we can make it to the extractor, it will make all the difference. It basically makes that fight auto win. At least one character is coming out of that fight alive, because Aqua Shooter from the extractor is a water-based attack. Right, let's just get my config set up. If you are joining us on the VOD, welcome to the channel. If you're not part of the Jitgeek community already, thanks for checking in on the Final Fantasy X Hardcore Nuzlocke. Now let's get Click over the line. It's a boss that worries me. It's the only boss at the moment that may give us a game over early doors, because we do need to get lucky with some crits or some misses, and we can't really use an overdrive here. So Tidus is in a bit of a rough spot here, so it may be that we've got to use an overdrive here. In fact, I'm thinking I'm just going to have to defend with Tidus here and just hope that it keeps taking care of Riku. And we've got some additional turns here, which is really good. I'm I'm going to use this turn actually to get a steal. And I'm going to use this turn to get a grenade. Fantastic critical grenade. We should have had, I reckon we had that in the bag, to be fair, because we had another chance for Tidus to get a defense on the go there as well. Now, this is the stage I'm talking about when it comes to the additional encounter. So, I think we managed to pick this up as a strategy on about episode, I keep calling them episodes, I mean attempt number 5 or 6 or something like that. So, it's this pool of water here is actually different to the piece of water underneath. Now, it's a shame here we've just got one piranha, because if we had 2, we would have the opportunity to steal up to 6 grenades. But that's fine. We can at least get 3 if we actually manage to get some. Hopefully we can get a rare steal. So we've got 3. I tell you what, we're going to go for a couple. We're going to go for one more if we can. We can always just go back to the boat to get some health. So there's 4 grenades there. So our chances are we're not going to get any more. We'll just try. So there's Tidus with another sleigh there as well. So let's just go back to the
We'll go as soon.
The boat. I can't get any more. What's the names? I can't get any more potions until we two screen. But what we can do is just dive in here and then get an encounter in here as well, because this is another opportunity for us to steal. And this occasion we actually get 2 enemies. Now, it's a shame both of them took on Riku there. And it's a shame we didn't get a steal. We're not doing so well with the steals. So we've got 2 from that one. I think I'm just going to take that one out just to minimise the damage. And then we'll get stealing from this one. Ideally, I think we need about 6 grenades for the Tross fight. And the fact that they're picking on Tidus is fantastic because we can save before the Tross fight. So let's just bide our time here. From what I understand, though, the early game is basically optimized. Right, I think we'll go for one more steal. Nice crit there from Tidus. And I don't think they can drop anything, but... So, we managed to avoid a second encounter there, which is great. So we do have a forced encounter coming up. So let's just put a save in. Now, the objective is here is to steal as many grenades as we can early doors, because whilst they are the best weapon against Tross, they're also handy for selling once we're off the salvage ship. So actually this is quite a dangerous encounter. So I'm going to start with Riku and I'm just going to steal, and that was quite lucky for me because Tidus takes less damage because he's in defense. So the fact that they're picking on Tidus is actually quite good at the minute. So that's good. Right, Tidus is just going to take out A. So that's A done. That's fab. So we've got 12. That's great. If we can get a couple more, that'd be nice for the Tross fight. Tidus can take quite a lot of damage from these if he defends. Whereas Riku's only probably got 4 attacks in her. Ideally, I want one more. Is that 74? Okay. So let's hope we get another steal there. No, Tidus is just going to have to take him out. So we pushed it there to get as many steals as possible. And going into this fight with double digits, it's going to be... yeah, it's going to be quite an easy battle, I think. Yeah, 13. I think we need about 6 or 7 to fight the Tross. So in a previous battle, in a previous attempt, sorry, we actually got, I think it was about 15, because we ended up with, in fact, we probably got more, because we ended up with double digits in Besaid in terms of grenades. So there's the Tross. Can't remember if Tross has gave us a game over yet, so I'm hoping it doesn't. Not a good start with an ambush, although we can go straight in with lots of damage. I'm actually hoping for some critical hits as well, and for Riku to get some decent, favourable turns. Probably on about 1200 damage already, so 2 Nautilus charges. This is going to be touch and go. Thank God for that. Just about got through that one. Now, I don't think we get any encounters, which is good. Yeah, I think this is an encounter-free zone here, which is really good. And I don't think we'd be able to steal anyway, because I think we've already stolen from the route that is called the Underwater Ruins. Okay, so we'll just pick up, as usual, the stuff from the lads. It's not major, but it's better than nothing. So Letty is the only one that doesn't give you anything, which is a bit strange. And Data, you have to talk to him about 50 times. Why you'd give a stranger stuff, I don't know. So, pretty easy start so far, but like I said, the early game is fairly optimized now, which is really good. So, it's just a case of... Oh, I should have took on B there, never mind. This means we just take less damage. Yeah, the early game's fairly optimized now, so it's just a case of executing on the strategies that we know. But the only other thing that I can think of that will make things easier going forward is going to be buying lots of equipment, the equipment that we've got available. I think that's the only other thing thus far, up until Mihen, that I'm fairly certain we should be optimizing for. Other than that, when we get past Mihen, I think it becomes more about avoiding ambushes the best we can and making the right decision, because actually when we do get an ambush, because in the previous attempt I don't think I made the right decision when it came to an ambush. So I do think it's about making that critical decision as and when we are in an ambush situation. I think it might just be a case of just trying to escape.
Sorry, man. Dick.
But what I must admit is, having said all this about minimizing the amount of early random encounters that we face, it reduces the power of the Aeons. So that's the trade-off we're going to have, is less grinding equals weaker Aeons. And to be quite fair, when it's come to the Chocobo Eater and Sinspawn Gui, having strong Aeons has proved, well, in fact, when it comes to every single boss, up to and including Sinspawn Gui, having a strong Aeon is the only way we're going to get through those fights deathless. Okay. I think we've pretty much done the I think we've pretty much optimized this Besaid cloister as well now. And I think we've only made it to the Jose cloister once, which is what it is, right? There are certain plans that I need to start thinking about more, though, like how important certain characters are. But the fact of the matter is, on occasion we have lost Tidus early doors, and because of that first strike ability that we get in Macalania, Tidus is so damn important, it's almost not worth continuing without Tidus. Like, I reckon the only ones that we could have a sacrificial death, sorry, not sacrificial, a strategic death from, or like randomly lose and not really bat an eyelid, is arguably, I would say, Waka. So, and probably Lulu, if and when we lose, if and when we get to Riku. But then, there again, my strategy for BFA actually includes Lulu. So I've kind of got to go through at least up until Yunalesca deathless. Because if you think about it, we might be able to lose Auron at some point. Maybe. And who else? Right, we're going to stick with Pilot, because Pilot's done us justice for now.
Stay away from the summoner!
Always got to get that in.
Good. Sleep tight.
Where's that boat?
I think that's been our fastest Besaid, which is really good. Right, no one's got any equipment so far. I'm praying for some good early drops. Praying. Let's just hope we get that some sort of water protection for one of the lads in the fight against the water flan next. I can only ask. Right. This is a very long fight though, like in terms of all the different cutscenes and the talking, and you don't seem to be able to skip any of it, so it does drag on a bit. Come on. Even this Lulu bit takes bloody long. Although we do get Lulu set up to use Thunder for the grinding. Right, Thunder. The fact that you can choose a different element still baffles me today. To this very day. Right, no drops. Oh well. Right, let's get the Kamari fight over and done with. Again, it does worry me, I must admit. But I think if we just get an early spiral cut. Come on, a crit. No, not a crit. But that does about half of the damage I need to do. Thank God for that. Metal ring. I love that we get Tidus with the sword in the overworld. And Whacker's still there. Never in doubt. So that little optimization with the overdrive avoids us getting a game over versus Kamari, because if you lose to him, you actually get a game over, although there are other characters in the party. So having the overdrive there really does help. And I think the only way to farm Tidus's overdrive up until that point is during the underwater piece with Riku. This is the summon. So this is where we get Valefor's overdrive up, ready for the Sin Spawn fight. Or, sorry, ready for... I need to think, when would we best use... Oh, ready for the Lord Ochu fight, that's it. Yes. Now, I don't think we can... I don't think we can get a full overdrive just by using Sonic Wings. I can't remember what the overkill is for that actually, because that would be useful to get some dark protection or a dark weapon. So that's what, I think that's just... Yeah, that's the worst, probably arguably the worst drop. To be fair though, we've got another one to do, so hopefully we can get an overkill here. Not an overkill, a decent drop from this one. And then we'll start doing some grinding. So I'm only going to spend about half an hour here. I don't want to spend all day. Great crit from Tidus there. We should just be able to motor through now. Nice. Tidus got the kill, which is fantastic. another mark on the Slayer bedpost, and another shit drop. But we start with a decent encounter, actually. And a miss, which is always good. But yeah, that Slayer Overdrive mode for all of these is going to prove very useful. Right, let's just get the party set up. I will put the nicknames on in probably the next session because I've got the save. So just bear with me on those. And I've just realised what I always forget is we've got to go back now, and not only have we got to go and get Energy Blast, we've got to go and get some equipment. Because the plus 5% health is arguably going... It will make a difference. I am convinced it will at some point. That fucking water mamba. Always the case. I get a drop and it's a water weapon. Like, it's arguably the worst drop. 1, because it's for Lulu. 2, because it's Water Strike. And 3, it could have been a water piece of protection. So half an hour to get to grinding for Water Ward or Proof is pretty much that's pretty much a PB at the moment. Getting to this part of the game, having done all of this in record time. So what are we on? We're on 6:50 PM my time, so we're gonna go till about 7:20. Now, where's the shop? Because even at this point in the game, I could end up selling the high potions and the grenades if I wanted to. So these I'm not worried about, but it's these. So Una gets one. Harris, what's up, my man? Yeah, I'm going to buy one, and then I'm going to equip that for Lulu. And so Tidus has got that. Do I need... I'll tell you what, we'll buy that for Lulu as well. I'm glad you've caught up with Attempt 8 Asterix. The thing is, I lost Kamari messing about with, what's her name? Sinspawn Gui. And ultimately, Jose is great if I've got Kamari, because I may be able to get Stone Breath. So I decided to sack it off, because at the same time I'd also messed up a couple of times. So I'd messed up 3 times by then. Tidus has died. I'd broken the dupe's equipment clause on Mushroom Rock, having 2 people with SOS Null Blaze, and I'd also lost Kamari. So it was kind of 3 strikes really, and I thought it was only fair that I started again. But the other thing that I've considered is this early onset equipment for everyone, like the plus 5% HP. It might be... It might make a difference. What I should have done was just take the the Sleep Strike for Lulu and carry on. I should have just motored on onto Jose. I wouldn't have lost Kamari, or at least then I didn't lose Kamari. Basically everyone was fully optimized, and I could have probably got to Extractor, and I think that's one of the key learnings that we had from attempt number 8 and 8 Asterix. It was the fact that if I get a decent drop, and even if it's for a suboptimal person like Lulu, I may as well just take it and move on, because if I start messing about something is going to give, something is going to happen, and something did happen, i.e. the Kamari loss. So, yeah. So, Tidus died. We did the double Null Blaze versus the Fungar, which was an oversight on my part. And then we lost Kamari on like our third or fourth. Well, it was like our half a dozen attempts we'd had versus Sinspawn Gui. And the thing is as well, the Sleep Strike weapon that we ended up getting was for Yuna anyway. And the reason I wanted it for someone other than Yuna was not only because of Yuna's got pretty poor accuracy, I think, but it's we lose her in Bikanel, and the Sleep Strike weapon is going to be really powerful versus the Sandworms. So yeah, things just kind of went from bad to worse, and so I've just decided to just go for it again. I may as well. I know we got really far in terms of good drops and people had great overdrive modes, but there comes a point where, you know, I just need to start again. But we learnt a lot. I must admit, we learnt a lot in attempt number 8, particularly when it comes to early game equipment, which is buy whatever you can. Particularly when it comes to equipment setup, party setup, and the biggest thing is probably what to do in the face of an ambush on Mihen. Because in my experience so far, it's a guaranteed game over. So if I've got any chance of surviving by escaping, it's just best to do that. I would have Riku after the extractor fight. So I would have had to have done all of Jose. I would have had to have done the Jose Cloister of Trials, the Moonflow, all of the Moonflow, well, the events of Moonflow, they take about 5 minutes. And then what? And then we move on to the extractor fight. So still a fair bit to do. Still probably an hour's progression, depending on how many random encounters we faced. But here we are, right? I feel kind of better as well in myself for starting again, because this is a legitimate run. And we started off quite strong. Awaka does sell the initiative, yes. So he sells it, does he? Yes, he does. That's a great Dark Ward for Waka. May as well equip it. So, before the events of Sinspawn Gui, you get the initiative weapon there for Auron, which is great. So, we won't be having ambushes on the Jose High Road and afterwards, which is fab. But up until then, an ambush basically means a game over on Mihen or on Mushroom Rock. Well, if I'm honest, the Sleep Strike will just help with... It's the strategy I've got in mind for the Sandworms, because yes, I could escape, but that's dangerous. So arguably, I need to put it to sleep and then start to try and escape if I can't steal from it. So it's not a case of... Oh, blue ring. Here we go. At least we got a drop. At least I know it's dropping stuff. But I need one for the lads. I do. We may be able to get a blue ward for someone. You got 3 people who could take a hit and set up that way. Very true. So I don't have to worry about the sandworms in Bikanel. Yeah, very true. I mean, I guess it's just trying to prepare for all the different situations in it, isn't it? Like, if we don't get an ambush, but we want to steal, using Sleep Strike is going to be the best thing. And if I've only got it for Yuna, I don't have access to it on Bikanel. Equally, I think we'll be able to hit the zoo as well with sleep, if I remember correctly. It might just be darkness, actually. Because if we get a zoo, oh, that could have been a waterproof or a water ward for Tidus. But actually, a flame tongue or a water strike, I'm actually not going to turn my nose up at, because that will come in handy on Mihen. So after we get Auron's initiative, ambushes are a no. You know, we won't see them. However, obviously the enemies get more powerful. We've got stuff like the Ochu to contend with, particularly if we don't get Stone Strike off. That becomes a very big pain. Well, let's just heal. But yeah, you're right. We could, I suppose, go with a more slower team. But there again, if you do that, especially in places like Bikanel, most of the enemies are so bloody quick, it's basically like an ambush anyway. So it's one of them. It's like I've basically got to get a sleep strike for someone other than Yuna, and if it can be someone effective like one of the lads, even better. But the moral of the story is, if I get a really good drop, even if it's for Lulu, I just take it and run. Oh shit. Well, the thing is, Mihen and Mushroom Rock come before we get the initiative. And that's why it's scary. I'm actually going to swap in Yuna here, partly because she's got a water ward. That just worked out nicely there. Partly because she's got sensor. That would have been nice if we got some equipment for that. Yeah, it's not a bad shout, to be fair. Are you talking then about Mihen and Mushroom Rock maybe having, like, Auron, Kimari, and Waka? Because right now, we're starting with Auron, Kimari, and Tidus to... Oh, I forgot to do it again. I'm just going to have to escape. Nah. We'll take it on. We'll take you all on. Are we going to get this quote every single time? No. I guess I am. I know what you're saying. Maybe it's something we try, right? Maybe it's something that we. Maybe it's something we've got to test out. What is handy with having Tidus though in the front line is he can take the dingo out with one hit, and he's faster than the dingo, whereas the rest have a lower agility than the I think it's the Mihen Fang. So Tidus basically gets that free hit in, but I suppose if it's if the ambush is our problem, like what is in a normal fight, what is one dingo going to do, or one Mihen Fang going to do? I suppose it's not like it can take out any of the big hitters. I see what you mean. I think that's probably what we'll try then in Mihen, if we get there. I think it failed once. Yeah, I think you're right. Or that could have been on Mushroom Rock, actually. Just going to check how far along we are from Tidus getting Slayer. "35 kills, my god." If we can get Slayer before 20 past 7, I'll be buzzing. Chances are we'll be able to get a few overdrives in as well. It's really only Tidus that I need Slayer with. And maybe Lulu. Lulu would really benefit from Slayer, actually. The fact that we got no bloody drops is a bit of a pain. So yeah, Harris, I think that's I think you're onto something there, and I think it's probably the right call. And I am going to test that in this attempt then. A more defensive, slower, tankier team on Mihen, and maybe even actually on Mushroom Rock. We were lucky last time though in attempt number 8 on Mushroom Rock. We only saw that one Fungar, whereas we could have been privy to seeing that, you know, half a dozen times. Come on, we've got to get some form of equipment. I don't mind the battles though, because it just means I get to charge up Tidus's overdrives. Don't know why I went all the way down there. Yeah, that ended the run. Not good, right? The thing is, it's all about learning minute things in each and every attempt. And to be quite fair, that's what we've been doing. So I'm aiming to... I'm actually going to put in a save and probably do a strategic reset. So I'll drop a save in. We'll get a reset to see if we can get some better drops. Because we've still got, what, 13 minutes left. Like I said, I'm only doing about half an hour per area to see where that kind of gets us, really. Any problem with doing the reset, I have to take off the cutscene remover. Would you flee down to one character next time? I would. I think that's what I need to keep remembering. This isn't a no escape challenge, and I think for the sake of it, I could easily getting to a rhythm where I escape from every battle. But what I understand is escape isn't 100%. So let's say I attempt to escape and it fails. I've got 20%. I guess I'm adopting 20% risk when it comes to escaping not working. And what that means is, if I can win a fight, I will try to. But I think I just need to keep escape in my back pocket as something I maybe need to use more. You know, maybe I need to use that more. I need to be more okay with using escape. However, understand that there is a risk that comes with using escape, and that it's only, I think, 80 or 90% effective. Oh, that's a disgusting ambush. If both hit Lulu here, we've lost Lulu. See, it's best now to escape. And yeah, it's best now to just escape. But you see Tidus there. So let's say Tidus was on 100 health. He's gone. That was a great example as to why escaping could be dangerous. Equally though, yes, I do need to remember that escape is part of my kind of toolkit, should I say. Often though, in regards to escape, when you fail, I think it's depending on your agility stat, you actually get another chance at escaping. But like I said, I think it is to do with your agility stat. Another blue ring. Garbage. The fact Yuna gets SOS Nulltide, so it's a terrible drop for Yuna. It's an absolutely terrible drop. And once again, Tidus getting that Echo Shield, which is so weird. I think literally every attempt we've made it to Besaid, he's ended up getting Silence Ward. Tidus can't be far off from Slayer now either, which is really good. So and we've had 4 drops, I think, 4 water drops. So yeah, Tidus can't be far off. It's a shame that we haven't got any water wards for the lads. Got a nice sleep ward there though, that's handy. Is this the one? No. So we're getting equipment, which is good to see. It's just we're getting the right equipment for the wrong people. But that's the problem. That's the challenge that we face. We should surely not be far off from Slayer. And it was 35 like 10 minutes ago. Lulu can't be that far off either. So I guess the other blessing of having Besaid is that the enemies are one-shottable, and we get the opportunity to get things like Slayer. Did you decide about hacking stuff in? I think this was discussed last time, Harris, and at some point, right, something's got to give. So I think what it might be is that the time that we get a waterproof for Waka or Tidus is arguably the time that is arguably the time that we make a save state. Now, let's say we get to 20 attempts, and those 20 attempts we still have barely got any water equipment for the lads, or we've got no waterproofs. Then I might make a call on hacking waterproofing, because it's theoretically and absolutely possible to get. Absolutely possible, right? I've proved that already on the No Sphere Grid guide. You can get a waterproof armor for Waka or Tidus in Besaid. Piece of cake. But I guess it's just that it just feels like a bit of a cop-out not doing it legitimately at least once within the challenge. So I think the time I do get a waterproof drop for Waka or Tidus, or even the time I get a waterproof drop for anyone, I suppose, I'm probably going to make it a save state and come back to that save, because that's, I guess it's like saying it's the most optimal. It's going to be hard enough without waterproof, that's the thing. And even with waterproof, the challenge is still, like, arguably impossible. So and I think that's a fair. It really is just numbers, timing, and luck, and probability. And that's the thing. I've rolled the dice now for over 20 hours of gameplay, and I still haven't been that, lucky about it. Nice. Oh, you see, that could have been a waterproof. Oh, at least we got a free slot. Last few encounters, we should make it to Slayer by then. I'm just hoping we make it to... Oh, you're joking me. Thing is, chances are we're going to get it for Lulu. That's the thing. There's the biggest probability is we're going to get it for Lulu. once I get Slayer, I'll get Tidus's Overdrive up to... In fact, what I might do is actually, depending on if I can get Slayer in the next couple of minutes, is see how many Overdrives he's done. I think he's done 2. Might even get a couple of Overdrives in with Tidus. But I really don't want to like keep spending hours and hours and hours in Besaid, because I think for episode 8 I think I spent like 2 hours in Besaid, and yes, I got everything I could ever wish for, but it's 2 hours I could have spent progressing elsewhere. There we go, we get the Slayer, perfect, and we got it within half an hour, so at least I know that's doable. Now, the fact of the matter is, we've got what? We've got 1, 2, I think we've got about 4 or 5 pieces of equipment from the water flan in this half an hour, and whether the whether the reset has made a difference, I don't know, but at the end of the day, those 5 pieces of equipment, oh, I forgot to change, yeah, 5 water drops, they could have been 1 each for Whacker and Tidus, and a waterproof, you see. Overdrive, set mode, Slayer, lovely. Now we'll get Tidus's Overdrive up. Ah, quick maths there, I like it. Oh, we're out of MP as well for her. Right, let's take these out. And we got Whacker with an Overdrive, which is always useful as well. So to be fair, we need that Overdrive for Luca. Right, Tidus with another kill. That's good. So I can get up to 20 potions from the what's-her-name. So, as promised, I'm just going to get Tidus's Overdrive up. And then I think we're going to make our way onto Sin already. I think it's worth it. And then I guess we need another... Well, not yet. I won't jinx it yet. But... I guess I need another couple of minutes just to get Tidus's Overdrive up. Just had a look, and equipment drops from blue flans is 1 in 32. So 1 in 32 divided by 7 divided by divided by 4, or times 4 times, I think it probably can give anywhere up to like nothing, water ward, waterproof, water strike, so times 4 again, you're looking on 1 in 32 times 4, 128 times 4 is like 1 in 500 chance of getting a water drop. Yeah, so no wonder it's taken this long. In fact, we're not that far off from getting Lulu's Overdrive, so I tell you what, we'll just we may as well farm that as well. And as we're doing that, we might as well use some Tidus Overdrives. I love Slayer Overdrive mode. I think it's brilliant. Yeah, it's not favourable, is it? Is it, Harris? It's almost like, how on earth does anyone ever get waterproof dropped? It's like a once in a playthrough kind of thing. It's not like something I'm expecting to get. Water ward will be good enough. For one of the lads. I'm almost kind of happy with that now, because that's rare in itself. But the fact that, yeah, like you said, it's like one drop every 5 or 6 minutes from the what's her name, from the flan. Yeah, I might as well keep using it. Oh, that didn't do as much as I had hoped for. $750 flans per character for waterproof. Do about 3,000 water flans. I don't reckon I'm that far off, you know. I reckon I've done about... No, I can't have done that many, to be honest. I can't have done. So it's basically like getting a shiny Pokemon. It's a bit outrageous, isn't it, really? Right, now we've got Lulu's Overdrive. Fantastic. Okay, it's about time. Okay, we'll just get Tidus's now, and then we'll go to Sin. Because we're all set up for Sin. And arguably, I want to see how doing less random battles has affected the Aeon, because we're only at 885 HP. Now, we won't need all of that. But obviously, our damage output is going to be a lot less. So we're going to need more turns. So there again, we might take more damage. So let's go to Sin. We'll just set up actually, because I need to favour Tidus with HP or defense. We're going to have Kimahri in the front line. And yeah, we'll just keep. And it's a shame one of them haven't got a defense. So Lulu's not going to play a part in the what's-her-name fight. So we'll keep her in. Yuna's going to come in. Right, that's fine. Kimahri's going to have he's going to have sensor and piercing. So I don't actually need Yuna with that weapon. Let's just keep her on. That'll do. I think it's a I think it's a set team for the what's-her-name fight. For the Sinspawn Uchili's fight. There's a thought. We haven't got a slice and dice. Uchili's is going to be tough with minimal encounters here. Telling ya. Yuna's got a plus 10% actually here. Cheers. Thanks for the stuff that we won't need. Lovely. Right, that person, I always speak to that person. It never gives us anything. The money's good. And this one gives us a remedy. Cheers, mate. So, overall on the flans, getting better luck. Overkill. Absolutely, Harris. So the way I tried to do that last time was using Thunder Fury. And yes, you do get an overkill, but you can't get an overkill with...
But someday... Say, lad, you
can't get an overkill with Tidus. It only does like 150 damage. No, sorry. It only does about... I think it does less than... I think it does less than 100 damage. But yes, better percentage drops. So I just need to go and kick the case because I need some potions. So there is that strat. I even tried using... how many times have I got to kick it? 7 times. I even tried using element reels with Whacker and getting a triple lightning, but that did barely anything as well. I think that only did about 120 damage. So, Veil 4 should be okay. It's the lads underwater that I'm worried about here. So, Uchili's is gonna be tough. Real tough. Sin shouldn't be a problem though. Let me just check equipment once again. No. Okay. We're going for it. Let's hope we get a good, some good luck versus the Sin Spawn after this as well. Just bear with me. This is Yuna's turn. And I need her to get to the back before we take out the left-hand one. Okay, bring in Kamari, and then we'll summon. So I think we're just going to have to go with fire. Yeah, 400. So that's going to do five rounds. Maybe 6 rounds, depending on. Oh no, we're doing 400 consistently, to be fair. So this shouldn't be an issue. And we've got plenty of HP to take out. Yeah, it's going to need more. It's going to need one more. Now, this is the battle that I'm worried about, this Uchili's. I think we probably need to nail an element reels from Whacker. Yeah, why not? We'll start with the spiral cut. And must get that dark attack on. That's what we need. Some crits. Now I am going to go element reels here just in case I fuck it up. Nice. As long as I get the triple there, I take on everyone. And I think I get better damage as well. Right, we are... Yeah, we need to put the darkness back on. And we're just going straight for... Straight for the damage here. Oh, nice. Nice. That was interesting. Tidus actually got Tidus actually got Slayer for wiping out all of the other enemies as well. That was cool. Because his overdrive went from 20% all the way to 100% there. Very, very interesting. I didn't realise that. Red shield. For some reason I can't skip this, so I apologise. So enjoy the Kilika cutscene, folks. That Yunalesca fight could not have gone any better. I'm hoping there's a water ward attached to that red shield. I really am. But I'm just going to go and nip and start the missus dinner. So you enjoy this cutscene. I'll be back in a minute. Right, we're back. Let's see what we got. So we got another liquid steel, which is a shame, with no free slots. And then we got this red shield, just a fire ward. Not very good. Not very good at all, to be quite honest. Oh well. Right, let's get equipment set up for Kilika. So, Yuna I don't think is going to see much action in Kilika, which is fine. And something I think does give us sleep, so we'll equip that. And then that can take care of the lightning flan. No, not the flan. The lightning element. So not a bad start, if I'm quite honest. And we get to listen to this banger of a track. I guess we need a new chat poll, folks. I'll have a think. So let's save the girl as usual, because on the way back to Waka, we'll claim the prize.
Whoa!
Right, I need to visit the woman. Right, let's have a look. Sensors. And then HP plus 5. Let's just get one for Kimari. Everyone else has got one. No, it's not there. Where's the... Oh, the shop's in here. Forgot to get it. Nice. Okay. We'll drop a save. Now, the other thing is, we now need to go and get the ice thing, the ice weapon for Waka, because we didn't pick it up in Besaid. Kimari, why did you lose Lancet? Yes, because it's a forced encounter. Thank you for the overdrive. Right, fire. I'm actually going to let Tidus get the kill here with Spiral Cut. Hoping Tidus gets Poison Strike weapon, maybe? Poison Touch, sorry. Hey, you don't ask, you don't get. Yeah, we'll go for a bulky team. Right, just got to avoid. This is what I'm after. But with Kimari, I can't use that because it's got fucking sensor. Oh god, that's annoying. So Tidus. Okay, and then we bring her in for water. Beautiful. LG, what's up, my man? Thought I'd crack on with another attempt, bro. May as well. May as well. What else do I need from here? I need the elixir.
Company! The fiend before us is... We've had trouble with this one before.
Does one of these give me an elixir?
The Ochu is... We could throw 100 crew... Standing...
Okay. Right, I've got to set the team up, actually. Leave that one to Waka, that's what that says. Yeah. But Waka can't take it out. But Kimari can. And we bring in Lulu. Lulu should be able to one-shot this, I think. Yeah. I thought I'd just start again, LG, because we had the third strike with what's her name? We had that third strike with Kimari dying, and if I'm honest, it kind of left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. So I think now it's just a case of restarting, and we haven't had a bad. We haven't had a bad start. To be fair, I'm just going to do some confused ward grinding, but I doubt Veil 4 is going to get an overkill here. So we may have to do a few of these. A bit of Veil 4 bullshit. We'll get it under 4,000 and then we'll energy blast it. This should do 4,000. 2,500. Jesus Christ. So that actually does nothing. That does not damage Veil 4. I think we might be able to cheese this. But the fact that we're only doing 3,000, whereas before we were doing something silly like quad 9, is a bit ridiculous. Just means we'll have to start. I'm just hoping. See, I need the overkill now, so we'll get the second overdrive in. That's good. But we're only doing 3,000, and the fact of the matter is, ugh. Yeah, the fact of the matter is, it means we've got to have 2 overdrives now to get the overkill on Ochu. See you later, Harris. See you in a bit, man. Just bear with me, folks. I'm just going to have to be right back. Right, I'm back. Okay, so we need 2 overdrives with Veil 4. What I did do, LG, is grind for half an hour, and the good thing is we got some drops. The bad thing is we didn't get a single water drop from either the what's her name, the Sinspawn fight, or the water flans. Not one water drop, not one water armor, should I say, for the lads, which is bad. So right, I now know this is doing 3,000. So I'm just going to get it down to 3,000 with Sonic Wings, because I can cheese this. But I only took about 30-35 minutes, and what it's done is it's obviously impacted my ability to get the drops. However, Craig made a good point, Craig Harris, in the chat. He mentioned that we're still getting like 5 or 6 drops within that half an hour. So it's not as if we're not getting drops. Right, this should be fine now. Yeah, it's not as if we're not getting drops. It's just we're getting the right drops for the wrong people. Like, we got 2 water wards, but both for Yuna. So imagine those 2. Imagine those 2 for either one of the lads. We got 2 water strike weapons. Imagine one of those was a waterproof or a water ward for one of the lads. And what I mean by water strikes, I think Tidus got 1 or 2. And Lulu got 1 or 2. So I've avoided doing the grinding. And it hasn't had a detrimental impact yet, which is okay. I'm not seeing... The only thing is I haven't guaranteed myself a water ward for the extractor fight. So I've basically got to, at this point, my only other way of getting a water ward, I think, before Extractor is the Chocobo Eater. I think. There might be another one somewhere. Yeah, there might be another Chocobo, there might be another water ward opportunity somewhere. I'm just trying to think, because ultimately that's why I grind. Not only, we did get Slayer though, we haven't got Slice and Dice yet. So it's a bit of a trade-off this time. I'm going less grinding, more action, and more progressing the story as soon as possible. So I'm doing minimal grinding. In terms of the save state, what I'm thinking is once we get a waterproof, and Harris and I calculated it's about a 1 in 3,000 drop. It's a 1 water flan in 3,000 drop. The other thing is, I know you mentioned yesterday to me about would it be best for Yuna to start versus Sinspawn Gui, and I think the answer is yes. And what's good about it is, and if my thinking is correct, the head has an agility of 15, so the head always gets a thunder off. But actually, if we can equip Yuna with a plus 3% magic defense, we shouldn't have a problem, because I think always, and I can't see this anywhere on the internet though, but if an enemy and a character has a speed tie in terms of agility, the character always goes first. I'm pretty certain of that. So what that means is, if we have Yuna in the starting lineup, we can guarantee the opening turn. We can tank the turn. We can tank the thunder, partly because of our magic defense with Yuna, partly because of the extra magic defense we're going to give her, but also because of her agility. I think she gets the turn in every single time versus the let me just see if she has got a plus 3%. No. Or we could even just give her her plus 10% HP. She'll easily be able to tank the opening thunder attack, you see. And what that means is we go straight in with Ifrit. Ifrit gets an overdrive off, and then it's just a case of making sure Ifrit's got enough health to tank, I think, 2 or 3 hits. And I think by then he should be able to tank a few hits to get another overdrive off. I guess the other benefit of that though is we will likely have a second overdrive straight away, because he's taken, that's Berserk Ward for Waka, that's not good. Why is Waka getting all these drops? So, to your question about Sinspawn Gui, yes, we're going to start with Yuna. And I think that battle is doable 100% of the time without any other character being exposed to a KO. The only thing I'm concerned about is the turns between Ifrit using an overdrive and Ifrit tanking the damage. That's the only unknown right now that I have. But I guess if we get there with this attempt, we can learn about that, you see. So things are looking good for Sinspawn Gui. If that strategy pays off as well, what that means is we can safely grind for, if we want to, we can safely grind for a sleep strike weapon on the character that we want. Now, I can't see sleep proof being effective. What I can see though is, yeah, I'll take that.
A summoner entered.
Sir,
We'll get our chance.
Young Crusaders.
Young
gather
Crusaders
round.
get.
We'll beat Getter into the ground.
Do your best, kid.
Right, there's the elixir. Alright, let's save. And we need to get the SOS Null Blaze. And then we're on the way to Kilika. So we're making some absolutely mad. We're making, yeah, an absolutely mad progress. Lulu can't be far off Slayer either. Didn't even lose a single hit point there. So we get the remedy, and then we get the SOS. Lovely jubbly. Why is Yuna in the front line? See, now she's going to have to take some damage here, which is not good. Right, Lulu can come in. Should be able to one-shot this with water. Yeah, lovely. Don't know why Yuna was in the front line there. Just do a quick equipment check. Magic defense. Kamari's early game weapons really messed me up. Okay, let's give Lulu... Yeah, we might as well just give her that for now. I don't think there's anything else of value to get from Kilika. 200 on the regular attack. 2 of these is a problem, honestly, because it takes like 3 hits to take one out. I don't think we're going to have a problem against what's her name here, against the Sin Spawn. I am going to double check though what the drop is, because if it's something, if I can get something decent, I'm not bothered about poison ward. I'm not bothered about poison ward. I'm probably more bothered, or am I bothered about poison ward? I don't see where poison ward's going to be that effective, because Auron gets it when we need it against Evray. Right, this is where we need Yuna in the front line again. So I'm just going to make sure equipment's okay. Considering it's only going to be these 3, that's fine. So let's drop a save in. Right. Do I attack? No, we'll just defend. And we'll summon Pilot. I think Pilot should be fine taking these out. Great miss. Double miss. Trouble is, we can't take these out in one go now. Another miss. Fantastic. So, it's clear to me that we need a few more battles in Besaid just to make Valefort that slightly more powerful. just to basically guarantee this fight. Dark Ward for Tidus. Let's see. If it's got some free slots, I'll keep it. If it hasn't... I mean, it saves me buying something on the Moonflow. Let me just check. Sin Spawn. Janae. Dark Ward or Dark... I'd rather have Dark Touch. I would rather have Dark Touch for Waka or Tidus here, actually. That would be useful. I think I'm going to have to call it a day when we get back to the boat. I might be able to come back on actually in a bit. Yeah, I might be able to drop back on for like a second session this evening. Ultimately, I want that dark. Yeah, I want that that dark weapon. Double miss. Nice. So we're only taking a bit of damage there, which is good. But because of the damage output here, it's clear that I need more I need more battles up until this point. It's absolutely clear. Now, what did that do before? That did about 3,000, did it? I'll drop it below 2,000 because I can't remember if it did 2,000. Well, I'll find out now. Oh, 3,000. Okay, so I can just come in and just do that an energy blast once I get it. That's what I'm after. Yep, I'll take that. Excellent. So it's onto Kilika. Let's just drop another save in. Dark Touch with Tidus. Not bad. I'd prefer it on Waka. But I guess it just means then that we're going to need Lord O'Harlan guide our feet.
Lord O'Harlan, guide our feet.
I guess it just means that we need to be mindful about what we get with from the Obliterator. And to be honest, because I'm strapped for a bit of time tonight, I think we'll do probably additional grinding for Energy Rain when we get to Luca. Because the spoils there are arguably as good as the spoils from Besaid. So, and it makes sense to do a bit more grinding there because the high potions as well and the gills probably better. Right, I think it does need that in there. Now I think I take the sphere and I can put it in the door. And then touch the glyph. Lovely. I haven't quite got this one down to a T yet. But we're making good progress with this one. Right, I need to take that. No, because there's a Kilika sphere in the door guarding the destruction sphere, so I'm going to take this. Just need to do a bit of jiggery pokery here. Put that in there. Oh, actually, I may as well move this. Take it with me. I may as well, because I'm going to have to... I suppose I can come back up, but it just saves me doing one less trip up to the Kilica spheres. So line it up there. That goes in the door there. Oh, I should just bring it down, actually. Yeah, I haven't quite got this one optimised yet, but we will. We'll get there, like we have with the Besaid one. So let's just drop that in there. Now it's great, this red armlet for Kimahri with the triple ward. It does restrict others on what they can have though, so it is a bit of a double-edged sword in this challenge. Okay, that's coming with me, and we'll drop that in the door. And then we just got to go back for the destruction sphere and get the armlets. Put the ×4 on now, we may as well. So I'm probably just going to have to make my way back to the boat, get on the boat and probably drop in a save, and I'll do my best to get back on tonight. Just got a few bits and pieces I need to do tonight. Confused Ward and a free slot, that's an amazing drop. That's arguably the best drop we've had from Ochu so far. Lord Ochu, Lord of the Wood. I love taking the Kilica sphere. Right, we're keeping with our real world jobs, and we're keeping with Chef, because he has been cooking up some mad damage recently. Let's just check out how he's doing. See, at 1200... I mean, he's got decent defense though, but that's a sus HP level. That's like touch and go, whether, you know, whether that's, yeah, that's touch and go with what's her name? With Gui. So I've just got to be careful. Just got to be careful versus Gui. I might have to. Well, by then actually, surely it should have. It should be increased. Okay. Leave it to Waka. Yes, I know Waka. We'll just defend. And Lulu. Nice. Okay. That was a really good Kilica. Decent drop from... great drop from Ochu. Decent drop from Sinspawn. Yeah, the Sinspawn for Tidus. Have we got time to do the Jack shot? We might have. I do need to drop a save in. So another...
What y'all talking about?
Ochu,
Who are you supposed to be?
Ochu LG. We got a confused ward for our confused ward armlet for Kimahri with a free slot, which is a fantastic drop for Yunalesca. And ultimately, I'd want Kimahri within the Mind Blast phase, so it's a really good drop. Probably the best one we've got from Ochu so far.
Well, they do now that I'm
And
here.
versus the Sinspawn,
Yes, they will
I managed to
win.
get Dark Touch for
He used
Tidus,
to be the
which
star player
may
of the
come in
Zanarkand
handy actually.
Apes.
I don't know when.
Yeah, as if anyone lived in those ruins.
It's not ruins. There's a big city
I don't know
there.
when,
There
but what I'm
is.
thinking is we grind for Energy Rain in Luca instead, because and we
got
just
too
have to
close
grind
sin
the
and-
Obliterator for a
There
Thunderball
is a
instead of a
city,
Lightning
really.
Steel. Although that's a bit of a waste of a Thunderball
Whatever your
then,
ladyship says.
because Whacker gets a Lightning Strike. No, because the Lightning Strike will prove better in... I'm actually going to go and drop another save in. The Lightning Strike actually will prove better on Mihen versus the Floating Eye. So actually, yes, it's probably worked out better to get the Thunderball for Whacker before Mihen.
What's
So
wrong?
decent drops, man.
You
We're not
seemed
doing that good.
kinda mad
We're
back
not
there.
doing that bad progress here, to
They
be
were
fair.
being rude, and I do believe your Zanarkand exists. I really do, you know?
How come?
Sir Jecht used to always tell me stories. It'd be great to see your home someday. I'd love to go there.
Yeah. So, Yuna, want to come over to my place? Right. Sure. As if I had a place to show her.
So yeah, really good drops so far, to be fair. Obviously, apart from the stuff in Besaid. Right, now I think I can go and do the Jecht shot. Excuse me, mate. Nope, still got to have... Oh, I've got to have that really weird conversation on the deck with Whacker and Lulu, which I always
Well,
thought was
You'll take.
skippable.
Relax, he's back.
And if
You could always join. Anyhow, it's
what?
So yeah, we'll
do you
try
want
for
me
the Jecht shot.
You know what's
We'll
to
do
make
all
him
the
a
stuff
guardian.
with Luca at the with the
jeez.
cutscenes,
There's that too, eh?
and
And
then
whose
I'll try and
fault is
I'll
that?
try and get back to
Not mine.
streaming later on.
It is mine.
I should do this, then put in a save, so I'll remember that for next time, if there is a next time. So now I think I can do the Jecht shot. Yeah. And we learnt last time, actually, if you remember, if you were watching, we can deactivate the cutscene remover, which actually I'm thinking about doing in a moment. Right, let's just get this done. The pad has decided to fail. I'm in at the wrong time.
You can't do it. You're out of your league. You're out of your time. No one else can do it. You're out of your league. You can't do it, kid. No one out of your league.
I think I missed the 2 at the end there. Nice, got it again. Right, this is where I have to deactivate the cutscene remover. And I think I can skip past. I think I can put, yeah, I can put a save in. Oh, for God's sake. This game with this fucking Jecht shot, man. It does my head in. Starting a stream in Mihen has not gone well for me, LG. Thus, I am determined to start it in Luca instead to see if we have any better luck. That's if we make it to bloody Mihen, because the way this game plays up when it involves these cutscenes in and around the jet shot and the cutscene remover, it just does not like it one bit. So is this before? Is this the jet shot? Yeah. Right, I haven't got the cutscene remover on, so we may just have to hear the cutscenes after this.
You can't. No one else can do it.
Come on, pad.
You can't do it, kid. I'm the best. No one else can do it. No one else can do it, kid.
I think I missed one or two there. No, I missed it. Fuck's sake. I ain't doing that blitzball match without the jet shot. I don't care. It's hard enough without it. So I'm legitimately doing a restart there. This pad, I think it's locking up on the D-pad.
You can't do it, kid. You're out of your league. I'm the best. You can't do it. I'm the best. You're out of your league. You're out of your league. You're out of your league.
Probably missed. No. Sound. Let's go. Got the jet shot. Now I'll take the cutscene remover off and see how we get on.
That was the jet shot, wasn't it?
I think we have to have this scene, and then as soon as this scene ends,
How do you know that?
I think we go straight into Luca, but I can restart the
Sir Jack showed it to me when I was a child.
I can restart the cutscene remover straight after this one.
He called it the sublimely magnificent jet shot Mark III.
I did start using the joystick there, to be fair, for the jet shot. I might have to see if it makes any difference.
You know what? There is no Mark 1 or Mark 2, you know? My old man said the name Mark III
Once
was
out
just
above,
something
when
to hook the
deactivating
crowd.
the cutscene remover
He said
here,
they'd come back
you only
every
disappeared
night
so I had to watch
expecting to see
Tidus
Mark
run
1
through
and Mark
himself.
2.
I never used the D-pad for the jet
And
shot.
they
Yeah,
really
it's,
did come back.
maybe it's another optimization I
used
apply
to
for
get
attempt
so
number 10.
mad.
This goes on a bit, this cutscene. This goes on a bit.
Is he alive, you think?
So we'll get to Luca, we'll
I don't
drop
know.
a save in, and then I'll try my
But
best tonight
Sir
to
Jack
come back.
was my father's guardian.
So he's famous here, too?
Yes. So if anything happened to him, I should think word would get around
And
fast.
I'm really hoping we get some decent drops in Luca as well, because we now need
What?
the
would you
Thunderball
do
for
if you found
Waka
him?
versus the Obliterator.
Who
And we've got that
knows?
battle down to a T
I thought
now.
he died 10 years ago.
We could do with some SOS
Well,
Nulltide for Tidus or
I'd
Waka.
probably just
That
smack
would be
him one.
good. That would be
After
really
everything
good
he put
to
Mom
give us
and me
half a
through.
shot versus the
Because he was
Extractor.
famous, I was always... Well, you should know.
Because if I've got SOS Nulltide, I'm just
Your
thinking,
father's famous too.
if I've
Everyone
got
in
SOS
Spira knows him,
Nulltide,
right?
and that's
Ain't it tough?
basically
It is hard to
that's
follow in
basically
his footsteps
waterproof
as a summoner.
versus
Sure.
But
the
the honor
Extractor.
of having a father like him
If I can get an early
surpasses
slow one.
all that, I think.
Well, there wasn't much
If
to
they do a
honor about my
remaster,
old man. That's for
So
sure.
surely they will add a cutscene skipper if
shouldn't
they
say that
do a
about your father.
remaster.
I got the right.
Consider how many ports there are of this game,
I guess you
LG,
do.
and how many different remasters there actually are. I'm surprised they haven't
Show
done
me
that
that move
already.
again.
Yo!
So maybe, or you mean
I
if they
didn't
did a
think my old
remake
man
of
would
this
come to
game?
Luca.
So do we?
He
turn
never
the
did
cutscene
like
remover on
watching
now?
other people play. But I could.
Nope, I get the crash. fuck. So I think I'm going to have to start the cutscene remover when we start getting the... I don't know why it doesn't like it there. When we start getting the Luca cutscene. I don't know why it doesn't like it there. I'm hoping we can get the... So let me turn this off. I'm hoping we can start it from after that cutscene on the autosave. No, okay.
You can't do it, kid. You're out of your league. You can't do it, kid. No one else can do it.
At least I got the jet shot again.
Huh. The best. Yeah, right.
Whoa!
What I might
What's
do
that
is actually is try and skip
Doesn't
past
have an
Una
end.
here
Anyone
and
can
drop
do
a
it if they
save in.
try.
Because we don't have to listen
us
to
one
this,
more
and we've
time,
got
yeah?
the jet shot for the Blitzball game. It does feel, though, LG, that they do try and troll us with all of these bloody cutscenes. The thing is, right, it's the cutscenes flesh out the story, don't they? And they really bring to life the world. So it could be that's the decision. So let me try and drop a save in. And I haven't got the cutscene remover activated here. Right, that's good. So I'll be able to spit every word for every cutscene. So let me see now if we can skip this. Because I hate this. This one's it's just so long. I can hear Luca. Wonderful. Wonderful, folks. Right. Let's drop a save. We'll pay Owaka a visit. And then I'll have to call it an evening for a bit. And like I said, I'll try and get back to yous as soon as possible. I always thought that was the screen to go to the Blitzball match. So we'll do all this. Okay. Yeah, we'll pay Owaka a visit. And then I'll drop a save in. And then I've got to dash off for a bit. But I'll try and be back on.
The store's in a state bad.
But I'm always open for business. So we'll get that equipped. And we'll start selling some stuff. Oh, what can we sell? Sell one of them. Sell that. I just need enough for the Thunder Spear. And I don't need none of them. Fab.
The
So,
people here
got
so into
everything.
the
So even with only half an hour of grinding
welcome.
and minimal grinding in Kilika, we managed to get basically everything we need from Owaka, which is great to know. And arguably, in the next attempt, I could probably do with probably an hour's worth of grinding in Besaid. One to get Slayer, potentially for Lulu and Waka. 2 to get Slice and Dice and Tidus's Overdrives up a bit more. 3 to get a bit more Gil. And 4 to get the Aeon's abilities and HP and stats. Sorry, not the abilities. The HP and the stats increased as well. So I'm going to have to call it there for a bit, folks. And like I said, I'll try and get back on tonight. If not, it will be likely... When do I have Jit Geek in the Week planned, actually? That's planned for tomorrow. So I've got Jit Geek in the Week podcast going live tomorrow. If you're a fan of Marvel or Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, I'll be talking about some of that stuff. And I'll probably end up talking about some of this Final Fantasy Challenge stuff as well, because, you know, it's been exactly what I've been dedicating the channel to over the last couple of weeks. So join me on that tomorrow night if you're a fan, or if you just want to join in on the fun excuse me, the fun discussions we got going on. If not, I'll try and get back to this on Wednesday as well if I can't make it back tonight. So for all those that have joined me in the chat, absolutely amazing to have you with me, especially yourself, Luke Goblin, one of our moderators, always making sure things are working well in the chat. And if you're not subscribed to Luke Goblin already, I suggest you do so. He's an Final Fantasy master. He's done some great playthroughs and challenges, so check out his channel as well. Try and be back on later. Catch you all on the next one. Take care. Bye for now. Take it easy, LG. See you later. And the rest of you, thanks for joining in. Take it easy to the rest of you. Catch you later.